So it's about that time again, man. It's about that time to do Teddy Carpenter's backyard comedy show and cookout. Now, if you never heard of this, I don't know what to say because this is adult fun at its best. Stand up at its best. The food is excellent, the whole 9 yards. Now, let me take you back. A couple of years ago, we did the backyard. Um, already a video up, me saying that I actually went to a friend's house and and did a backyard show. And, you know, he had asked me several times and I eventually ended up going. And when I got there, wanted me to perform, but at the end of the day, he didn't have any food. Well, he didn't have any food when I got there. So, I was a little perturbed. I had to leave a cookout, so-called comedy show cookout, to go get something to eat after driving across town. So I wasn't really cool about that. But at the end of the day, um, then a friend of mine say, "Hey, man, you remember we did this such and such?" Because we had did something some years ago, but at the time we wasn't calling it a backyard anything. We just did it. And I said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do my version of it." And that's what I did. And from day one, it's pretty much been a success. Um, got together with some friends, Mike and Nina. We decided to do it at their house. They had a better situation than I had at my house as far as the yard and how we wanted to put it together, and that's what we did. And we try to keep it. You don't know how many people you can fit the first time around. You just kind of wing it a little bit, and so that's what we did. I think we had. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what the number was. 105, maybe 10. Something like that, something in that neighborhood. I got to go back and look and probably call Nina and ask her. But, it was a test running and it was successful and we had a nice time in the show. Um, had several comics. Comics were good. Big Doug and local comics that came and blessed the stage for me. Show was so good that we ran it right back. I think like a month and a half later. And of course we do it during the summertime. And the way that we set it up, it allowed us to set it up in a way that we knew when the sun was going down over the trees, the whole 9 yards. So people didn't have to come out there with, they didn't have to come out with tents and, they tried to come out with tents and a whole bunch of apparatus and whatever the case may be. So other people couldn't see. We kind of eliminated a lot of that. Um, you know, Things like that. So, it was shade. It was nice. It was cool. We did it between the hours pretty much of 3 to I think, the latest was probably maybe 9, maybe. Um, but we had it well oiled, get there at 3, eat at 4, show starts at 5, ends at 7, possibly 7:30, Soul Train line, dance, take pictures. um, Whole 9 yards. By that time, people are ready to get ready to go. We made sure the drinks were strong, the food was plentiful, and it was a great atmosphere. And so people went back and told other people, and then they told other people, and then they told other people. And so now, if you look at our menu and things like that, like this particular year, we'll have coming up, I think we have, on the menu, we have, of course, beef ribs, we have oxtails, we have smoked crab on crab. We stuff the crabs, um, blue crab, because, we're close to Maryland. Well, it's gonna be in Maryland, so, we're close to the sea, and, of course, blue crabs is our thing. Um Barbecue. Black Betty's, our own Black Betty's pop up barbecue, and the barbecue is excellent. So of course and that's who is sponsored by Black Betty's. In fact, if you're listening, I need you to follow Black Betty's at Black Betty's BBQ. All right. And that's on Instagram. But we have of course seafood. We have seafood boil, we have crab legs, we have uh, shrimp, of course. We have crab cakes. You know, Arthur's gonna make the crab cakes. My cousin Arthur's, you know, known around this whole DC area for his crab cakes. And he's also gonna fry the fish for us because you can't do anything here without no whiting and no fish. That's like being in New Orleans and not eating, you know, having a cookout or having what you have and not eating crawfish. Here you gotta, you're a seafood lover for the most part, if you come from DC. And of course we cool with barbecue. So that's what it is. Barbecue and seafood. So we have a good variety of food. It's a lot. Trust me when I tell you. Um, I think the only thing that's not on the menu is lobster. You know, we have lamb chops. You know, dino ribs. We have the dino ribs, the big ones, not the bullshitting ones. Um, a lot of sides. Mac and cheese, whole 9 yards. So the backyard comedy show is off the chain. Now the food is the star. The food is the star. Like it's no downside on anything. The people are on point because we target Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner that still want to go out and have a good time. We don't target a whole bunch of knuckleheads. This ain't even that type of party. And the only thing that people got to bring is their fold out chair, the most comfortable fold out chair that you have. You bring it. You come. You eat. We have the food that you ordered. Through our menu, and come and watch the show. Bring whoever you choose to. Now, we don't have a walk-up market. Every ticket that's purchased has to be purchased up front. And, so, we don't do the walk-up market. In fact, we don't even tell you, and it's a new location this year, but we don't even tell you the location until the week of. Now, we'll tell you the area, you know, but we won't tell you the location. There is absolutely no walk-up market, and we do cut it off at a certain number. I think this year probably we'll cut it off at maybe 200 people. I think 200 people in your backyard, 250 people on a half an acre. I think that's decent. We don't have to it will get bigger. But we just choose to cut it off at that number because it's more manageable. Um, I usually have mm, well, three chefs, two chefs, two and a half, three chefs, usually depending on what the food we're going to cook. And they split the food up, and we attack the plan on how everybody will eat and whatever the case may be. And normally, all the drinks were free. That's right, all the liquor was free. Everything was free. But I think this year, me giving away $700-800 worth of liquor, uh, I love people, but I don't even drink. So this year, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do somewhat of I don't want to guarantee anybody anything, but I'm going to try to do somewhat of a fundraiser for a friend of mine who has cancer. He's actually a relative of mine, go way back, but has cancer. Um, Big strong man, been around me, protected my life, whole 9 yards. And I want to raise a little bit of money for him if I can, if it's there. I also have a kid in college who he wants a car. He wants a car. And he's doing what he's supposed to do. So I want to get him a car. And I don't want to just get him anything. I want to get him something that I feel like he put the work in. And, he got a D1 scholarship. He's not costing me any money to go to school. Well, I take that back. He's still asking for money, but you know what it is. But long story short, uh, that's the goal. That's the goal, to get him something. And so at the end of the day, if we can raise a little bit of money to give away to my friend for some of his, maybe his medical will take care of it, but his travel and the things that he has to do, whatever the case may be, if we can do something, it would be great. Um, So that's where we're at right now. So a lot of people that will be calling, and I know it's going to be a lot of people calling for tickets. And hey, I mean, not tickets. I take that back. You can get a ticket, but it's going to be a lot of people. That's I understand y'all close to me and y'all friends and pals, and you've done things for me. But I'm going to need y'all to purchase a ticket. Period. I need y'all to participate because you know what happened last year, and it's more my fault than anybody's. Um, I I brought a lot of people. I let a lot of people bring people. I had people that came to help, and then hey, can I bring my cousin or blah blah blah? And yeah, she helps. She might help for like a second and then go sit down. But the food that left up out of there, I got a thing about. I don't, man. I like for you to get the best, and we're gonna feed you well. Trust me when I tell you, you will not leave there starving, hungry, or nothing. What I do have an issue with is y'all piling up plates or whatever the case may be and taking them home to 5, 6 family members. No. No, 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 no. That's not my goal, is to feed everybody's family, 200 people that came in. And what ended up happening is after I did the numbers and whatever the case may be, I had too many people that brought other people that I had to end up feeding, you know. It wasn't a lot of help. At the end of the day, you know, the type of help that we need is really before the the uh the day of the backyard, not the day of. I do have very good people and I don't have a problem with giving them anything, but I had too many people that brought their girlfriend, brought other, blah, blah, blah. You know, I like a fair exchange. A lot of people have done things for me and I don't mind and I appreciate it. Um, but, like I said, it was, a lot of bunch of late calls. "Hey, man, can we? Hey, can we?" So I have to curb that. And, people kinda getting their feelings. And anybody who is even listening to this, you know who I'm talking about. Don't get in your feelings. Just go ahead and get a ticket and participate, and say it's for good. It's going to somebody, hopefully, that you can help out, or it's going to my kid. I think sometimes when you work for yourself, you know people don't realize, everything counts. They just see the end result. I was talking to my mother not too long ago, and I had to remind her, a lot of times y'all see me uh at a show. So what happens, coming from a show or having a show, and they think, okay, that's work. Well, what they don't see is how much time it takes to get that show, how many times you got to make phone calls, the negotiations. You're busy trying to get that show. And so they think if you're not doing a show, you're not working. Shit, it ain't a day to go by that I'm not working. I'm sitting here doing this podcast at 2:30, 2:03 in the morning that I haven't shaved, you know, chilling. So, I'm working all the time and got to get up at 5:30, drive an hour and a half, you know, take my mother to, dialysis. I would like to be able to, get an aid for her. That's another thing, to make sure that she's cool. She can get to where she needs to get to anytime she wants. So, some of the people, them 40, 50, 60 people, I counted last year, it was over probably 40 people. And you're talking about if they would have bought a $50 ticket, you do the math. So not only did they not buy the ticket, you know, everybody ate well. Because if you notice on our menu, we don't have any hot dogs. We ain't got no hamburgers. We don't have anything like that. So when Kendrick Lamar say they not like us, whoever's doing this or trying to do it or gonna do it, or they not like us. They're not like us. Teddy Carpenter's backyard comedy show, Cookout. You want to have a good time, grown adult fun? I'm getting ready to release the date in probably a day or two. But stay tuned. At Teddy Carpenter if you want to follow me. All right. Appreciate y'all.